man,
pick your side.
I've seen some people think I am so calculated in a way that I am not. I'm calculated in a lot of ways, but not the ways that they're thinking. Like a lot of people were like, Cutie chose Grace to present that award because a FaZe member was nominated. There were no FaZe members in the FPS category. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, there just wasn't. Like, they were like, Cutie set Grace up for failure. I didn't actually. Grace and I had like really long conversations about what category she was presenting, and like, you know, she had anxieties about the presenting, and I was like, you don't have to, but she wanted to present.
People said you set her up for failure?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
I know, it's just silly stuff.
Come on.
So if you didn't see it, Grace went on stage and threw a shot at FaZe. She has long-standing history that is pretty toxic with FaZe, I will say.
Yeah, she's phasing down.
Yeah, she's phasing down. She was signed with FaZe when it was owned by a corporation. Her and another member got in disgusting drama, I will say. They were both wrong on both sides. However, like, she was not the first one to throw the first punch in that situation. But it's been a few years.
Yeah.
And that member is no longer a part of it. It's owned by banks again. It's a different thing now.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah, you know. And so she went on stage and she threw a punch at FaZe, and that was it. She did not tell me she was going to do that.
Yeah,
and I thought that's where it was going to end. I was like, all right, she got her piece.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, whatever. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. And she's apologized. Like, I wish she wouldn't have done that, but I get it.
I locked eyes with you when that happened, and I was like, we were both like,
You saw my face.
we
Yeah.
were both like, ooh,
I went,
shit. Yeah.
It's just like, it's so hard because Streamer Awards, genuinely, my intent is to get everyone together to stop that. Because it's so much, like, I can be so mean to you on the internet. It's like that.
Well,
it's a picture of the
you
two.
frequently are.
It's a picture of the two dogs barking at each other, and then you move the fence, and they're like.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you meet people, it's so good. Like 9 times out of 10, you can have something in common, even with someone you hate. Like genuinely, and so it's a little frustrating when the opposite thing is happening live, and I'm just like, why? You know. But Grace has also apologized to me, which she didn't have to do. She did what she felt was right at the moment, and whatever.
Yeah, she wants some smoke.
She wanted some smoke. And
I think in these situations there's an appropriate response and there's an inappropriate response. As much as I phase up, I think like dishing drama back or like fighting back when someone is taking shots at you, there's a level to escalate or a level to de-escalate. And then there's a level to get
thermonuclear war.
Yeah, thermonuclear war. And I think like what Banks said.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So then the next day, Grace tweets and she's like, all those FaZe boys think they're so tough, but like
they have micro penises.
They have micro penises.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, how did she know? Just kidding.
How do you know?
Oh, I don't. That sounded weird.
Hey.
She was there when they were taking the photo, pissing on the wall.
Yeah.
She was checking.
We have to talk about
Yeah,
that.
we'll talk about that. And then so she says that, and Kason retweeted it. His retweet was fine. Like, yes, he threw back at her. He was just like, respectfully, no one cares about you anymore. Like, in regards to FaZe, like, obviously people care about Grace. Grace is a phenomenal person.
Sure.
Like, and that's where I think it's going to end. But then she keeps tweeting about it and replying to things. And I'm like, oh no. And I'm just watching it unfold. And then Banks hops in. He takes it way too far and says some really disgusting
I have not
things.
heard the term slam pig
in years
since I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
I had to Google it.
Oh, it's a real hot one, folks.
See, that's what I mean. Like, that's like that's
slam pig or a slapper is like it was two of
my
the,
God.
So the thing
I
about
thought
that,
he meant like you like slamming people, like roasting people, like you like
No,
slam. And then I Googled it and I said,
no.
oh my God. And I was like texting Grace at the time because actually that night she had texted me and like apologized for it. And I was like, it's fine, like blah, blah, blah. And then I like saw Twitter and I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, I'm like, this has gone too far.
It's just
Like,
like
it just went too far.
it is entirely like FaZe is at a great rebrand overall.
It was
and I think
detrimental to that rebrand.
Yeah, I just don't understand like you're doing a cheap shot and it's not just against Grace. You're just telling everybody that like this is how you value women.
Yeah, I thought it was rough.
That in and of itself is like not only inappropriate, but also is like you're opening yourself up to all these other people that are fucking awful that are gonna be like, yeah, this
He
is what I
definitely
like.
came in hot.
He
Came in hot.
He,
No,
I
think
was
it's
in a
fucked
car
up.
with Marsh, and Marsh went, slam pig?
yeah,
That was
a
he
lot.
took it
That was a
too
whole
far, and then Grace deleted her Twitter. And I think what is bad is then people start calling me out for platforming FaZe. Like it's an option. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they are nominated.
What the fuck did you
They've
do?
worked really hard. I mean, they got nominated, so that's my fault.
Nah.
But like my thing is like genuinely, if you hold each org accountable to the worst person in it,
No award show.
no award show. Like, you know, there's no orgs nominated. Like
yeah.
if you're like,
But also, like, what you were
the
supposed
worst
to,
thing-
you were supposed to be a precog and sense that there was going to be this nuclear fault, like what, like an event that happened afterward.
well, I also don't think like worst person. I think worst mistake a person has made in it. Like I don't like I can acknowledge that there's definitely been growth in individuals throughout all of Twitch, right? Like you've seen like, you know, but
I have not.
I mean, people don't say like the R word anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
like,
they do all the time.
well, some people don't.
It's not as bad as
Some
it
people
used to
don't.
Some
It's not
people
as
No,
bad
I'm
as it
saying
used
like
to be.
people
Let's just
grow
say
and
that.
people change. They really do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they change, they grow, they learn, they adapt or whatever. But like, yeah, it sucked. It was super. That was super lame.
So then they get done, and they go and they load all their awards in a urinal at the venue,
Yeah.
and they fake piss on them.
I got so many texts about that, being like, "I'm so sorry, that's so disrespectful." I thought it was funny.
I'm going to be honest. I said this on the podcast. I was genuinely confused what it was a reference
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Because in my
Kanye
mind, I was
pissing on
like,
the Grammys.
yeah, I was like, this has to be a reference. And I had never seen the Kanye thing because I don't give a fuck about the Grammys. But I was like, oh,
Neither does Kanye.
this is a reference to something that happened with Kanye West.
They also like gave me a heads up, like
They were going
like,
to piss on the thing.
Yeah, that was a joke. Like they were like, "Oh, we're gonna like it's a joke," like but and it's like that's fine. Also, this was my biggest argument is like, and I'm not here to defend them. I'm here to defend my own feelings because everyone was like, some people were even
Speaking
like,
for you.
your bar is so low, you're just like you don't even respect yourself. And I'm like, no, like, guys. If this was someone who didn't come to the show and I sent them an award and then they pee on it, that's different than a whole entire group that showed up in full, on time, matching
Had a
outfits,
bit,
sent
had a
in
bit for it.
videos, had a bit, worked on the show. Like Ron was a part of the show. Like they were so passionate about this award show.
Yeah.
I know they would never do anything to disrespect me.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't like that alone. It just kind of it blew my mind. I was like, why do you guys think they're being disrespectful to me? Like you're just believing the worst in people. And that's not the purpose of the fucking show is believing the worst in people.
That's right. It's
And
about
I
positivity.
yeah, I genuinely try to just do that less. Like I think it's like, you know, I don't think it's productive. And that was something that was just really sad is then I saw more and more people going on stream and giving their takes and being incredibly rude
Obtuse.
about multiple things, about multiple people. I think there's fair times to be rude when you say, hey, don't say the fucking word slam pig. That's not an okay term to use.
Yeah, that's insane.
I think that's fine. I think that's a good take. We should not be saying that.
Did he walk it back at all?
He did delete his tweet, which is, I think, big for Banks, but
Yeah.
he didn't like apologize.
He didn't
Slam pig is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
slam pig
that's
is an
nuclear.
insane thing
I don't
to
think
say.
I don't think you
I've
can.
never even heard
I
it
don't think
before.
I can explain
It's
this to
definitely a
people.
2000s remnant.
It's definitely like
I don't think I can explain this to
cum dump
people.
adjacent
Yeah.
term. I mean,
Like,
the gay
cum
community.
dump
Well, I've heard of like a cum,
Okay.
like a.
Listen,
Well, in the gay community,
I'm gonna do
I've heard
I'm
of
gonna
like
do a PSA.
a pig
okay?
of some sort.
When you have an argument with a gay person who, let's say, is like disrespecting you personally, and you want to dish it back, you don't call them the F slur, right? And the reason why you don't do that is because when you say that, you're not just shitting on that person, you're
Yes.
shitting on every gay person and also telling everybody that this is who you are.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't explain this to people. I don't know why it doesn't get through their head that like there are certain things you don't do. If you're having an argument with a black person, you're not going to get like anti-black racist, right? Because you understand that if you do that, I mean, it's
So are
incredibly
the-
inappropriate.
Are the slam pigs demarginalized group.
Yes, slam pig in this situation would be devaluing. It carries a lot of weight with it. It devalues all women in general because it goes back to objectifying women. It goes back to it goes back to treating women as though they are an object of sexual desire and
It's
nothing
also
more.
just a hot breath. Like
It was
there's
crazy.
a lot
I've never
of
heard that.
malice
Yeah.
in that term.
I hate to be the one friend who's too woke about shit like this, but it is really weird that people just like don't understand that at all.